Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to our class ASM 451 Records Management for Administrative Professional. Okay, so today we will continue with chapter 4, which is Maintenance and Disposition of Records. Okay, first let's take a look on subtopic 4.1 Appraisal and Disposition of Records. Okay, first let's take a look what is appraisal. Okay, so in the slide, they mentioned appraisal is the process of determining the value of records for further use and the length of time that value will continue. Okay, so remember, appraisal ni adalah something, adalah proses yang melibatkan bila kita nak determine a value of record untuk kita punya further use. Kita nak tengok records kita tu berapa lama lagi ada value to us untuk kita guna. And then kita juga tengok dalam bila kita buat appraisal ni, kita tengok the length of time that value will continue. So kat situ kita boleh identify the record can be saved for how many years. Okay, so daripada situ lah, let's say macam awak punya slide ni, so dah boleh tahu, okay, awak buat appraisal bila dah sampai at the end of semester, okay, dah dapat result, so awak pun nak tengok appraisal, which is kita nak determine the value of record. So mungkinlah bila awak dah tengok, oh slide ni semua contoh dah grade dengan good grade, and then lepas tu, dan awak kata lepas kita boleh dispose. Tu kind of appraisal bila kita determine the value of record. Okay. So it's a process of using a number of criteria to determine whether the records are permanent or temporary. Okay, so based on daripada kita punya appraisal process, we can identify the record should be for permanent preservation or temporary saja. Okay. Okay, so once we are done with appraisal, okay, which is we have determined the value of record, then we can come up with the disposition decision. Okay, so dia kata disposition is the action taken as a consequence of appraisal. Okay, action yang kita ambil daripada kita punya appraisal tadi. So disposal schedule is the control document that contain appraisal decision and prescribe disposal action. Okay, so disposal schedule ni adalah which is control document yang kita boleh guna, yang boleh kita put all the information pasal appraisal decision tadi, and then kita boleh buat disposal action. Okay, so ingat disposal tu adalah bila kita nak lupus record tu. Okay, there are several ways to dispose record, include, okay, so storage in the departmental record room for a period of time and later destroy when the retention period has expired. Okay, so kita boleh ni cara untuk kita simpan record. Okay, so mungkin kita boleh simpan dekat kita punya department room, okay, for a period of time, and then lepas tu kita boleh destroy after benda tu dah expired. Okay. Or we can transfer the record to record center after being kept for a period of time in the department. Okay, if the record still have a value to the organization, okay, then we can transfer to the record center. Okay, for being kept for a period of time. Ingat, kalau record center ni bukan for permanent preservation. Kalau permanent preservation adalah archival, okay, which yang ketiga tu. Tapi bila record center ni adalah semi-current record yang mungkin kita jarang-jarang guna, okay, tapi still ada value dan kita letak dulu dekat record center. Okay, dan kalau dikata third, transfer to archival unit institution. Okay, so this adalah untuk permanent preservation, then we can put the record on archival unit or institution. Okay, another way on how we can preserve our record is by making microfilm copies and destroying original records. Okay, when we want to save the space for organization, okay, instead of we keep the record in a paper base, okay, so we can make it into microfilm, okay, and then we can destroy the original records. Okay, jelah kalau dah 20 tahun record tu dalam bentuk kertas. Okay, so mungkin itu sometimes boleh ambil terlalu besar area ke kan, sebab record tu banyak sangat, sebab yalah we have incoming record also to be keep, and then we can make record lama tu dalam bentuk microfilm. Okay, and then next is immediate destruction of records. Okay, so we also can terus destroy kita punya record tu after have been used. Okay, maknanya bila dia dah sampai dia punya date end of prevention value. Okay, maknanya bila sampai dah tak sampai satu tempoh tu, and then kita boleh terus disrupt the record. Okay, disruption after complying with the retention period specified in the record disposal schedule. Okay, of course lah, bila kita nak disrupt the record, kita kena tengok within the retention period. Okay, retention tu adalah bila kita nak retain record berapa lama. So kita tengok daripada situ, then we go for disposal. Okay, so next let's take a look on the objective of appraisal and disposition. Okay, so apa sebenarnya objektif dia ni? To ensure that the disruption of records without value and the transfer of record of value for archival preservation take place at the right time through systematic implementation. Of course lah, sebab tu kita ada process of appraisal and disposition, sebab kita nak make sure process of transfer the record, sama ada record to semi-current record ataupun record to for permanent preservation taken at the right time through systematic implementation. Okay, kita nak make sure benda tu systematic, tak adalah dah 10 tahun record tu dekat department, okay, still tak transfer mana-mana. So benda tu tak systematic lah, which is benda tu akan buat organisation records management nampak tak systematic. Okay, so this is the objective. Okay, so there are 5 record appraisal process. Okay, so this is kind of the process. Okay, next slide kita akan tengok details for each process. Okay, let's take a look on the first process for appraisal. Okay, so step 1 is formation of departmental committee on appraisal. Okay, so first kita kena ada committee of appraisal for each department sebenarnya. Okay, head of department or agency appoint officer that will be responsible for the preparation of records, inventory and records retention schedule. Okay, of course lah, our head officer must appoint another officer to be responsible for this retention schedule. Okay, so a committee comprised of head of division of all department including legal and financial advisor, archivist and records manager. So benda tu sepatutnya melibatkan semua, sebabnya we need to identify the value of record. So kalau katalah kita hire seorang tu je, so mungkin dia tak tahu nilai records tu. So benda ni akan melibatkan semua sebenarnya. Okay. Okay, so step 2, collecting data and information about the records. Okay, so bila kita nak first kita kena collect data and information about the records bila kita buat appraisal process ni. Okay, we need to conducting record survey. Okay, record survey tu bukanlah kita pergi buat questionnaire, ask everyone. No, kita survey dulu record tu ada value sampai bila, kind of that lah. Okay, record survey will enable the team to understand thoroughly the function of the agency or unit. Okay, so kat situ lah kita boleh, bila kita buat survey on the records, we can understand thoroughly the functions of agency or unit. Okay, and then also we can identify various types of records created and used. Okay, and then we can identify the volume of records and their location. And last one is can identify the frequency use of records. Okay, so sebenarnya bila kita study more about the records, we can understand more lah. Okay. Okay, next we also can identify current or semi and non-current records. Okay, kat situ lah kita boleh identify. Kalau semi-current record, we go for central record center. Okay, kalau non-current record kita boleh terus dispose. Okay, kalau current record mungkin kita put on the department. Okay, kalau long-term record we can put on archive. Okay, and then identify record management legislation. Okay, we can know the process for each record. Okay, locate the record and understand how they are used. Okay, and then identify the value of records. Prepare records inventory. And last one is develop retention schedule. Okay, so based on daripada process of evaluating the records, we can know all the details about the record. Okay, so step 3 is appraisal of records. Okay, so committee we appraise the records according to the following appraisal criteria. Okay, so bila kita buat appraisal process of identify the value of record, we need to categorize the record based on this criteria. Okay, so we need to know the value or usage of record. Okay, which is ada 4. Benda ni dah saya dah cover on our previous chapter. Okay, we have administrative, fiscal, legal and archive. Okay, and then category of record, which is kita tengok sama ada dia vital ke, okay, or important je, atau useful or non-essential. Okay. Okay, so this is example of records we retain permanently. Okay, kan ingat kalau retain permanently adalah we put on archive. Okay, for example, act or ordinance, law and legal opinions. Okay, berkaitan akta-akta daripada organisation yang tu kita put as a permanent preservation. Okay, policy records, circular letter and instruction, order and guides. Okay, annual and monthly report, statistic on achievement of the agency in the regional, national and international levels, and last one is agenda and minutes of meetings. Okay, so this is kind of records yang kita retain permanently. Okay, next is step 4, preparation of records inventory. Okay, so bila kita dah sebelum ni kita dah identify record, kita dah determine the value. Okay, so next kita kena prepare for records inventory. Okay, records inventory is a list of every record series in an organization. Okay, record inventory ni adalah satu list yang record series in organisation, which is kalau record center tu dia ada satu logbook untuk dia simpan semua nama record yang dia ada. Contoh macam tu lah. Ataupun kalau large organisation, of course dia pakai sistem. Itu benda kita panggil sebagai record inventory. Okay, it consists of information about the categories of record, content and value of records, total volume of record, format of record and their retention period. Okay, so information from record inventory will be analyzed to prepare the record retention schedule. Okay, so from this inventory kita akan analyze and then kita boleh tengok record retention schedule kita lama mana kita nak simpan record tu. Sebabnya dalam bila kita buat record inventory itulah kita akan masukkan retention period, lama mana kita nak simpan record tu. Okay, so usually record inventory is prepared department by department and by record series. Okay, so biasanya department itself lah yang buat record inventory tu. Okay, so kat situ dia akan tengok apa punya semua record dari dalam organisation tu. Okay, so this is kind example of records inventory. Okay, so kat sini dia tulis, okay, contoh department legal, so siapa person yang buat, so apa sebenarnya record ni, so lama mana active record dia 3 years, inactive 5 years. Okay, so kat situ kita boleh tengok, okay, so bila kita boleh dispose the record from this record inventory. Okay, last step is step 5, preparation of retention schedule. Okay, so information obtained from the inventory will be compiled and enter into retention schedule format. Okay, so lepas kita dah tengok inventory list, kita dah tahu record tu berapa lama kita nak simpan, dan kita akan enter information into retention schedule format. Lepas tu kita masuk dalam retention schedule format pula. Okay, the appraisal committee should recommend the most suitable retention period for every record series that are inventory. Okay, so of course lah, person in charge should recommend most suitable retention period. Okay, lama mana record tu should be keep. Okay, kalau macam tadi saya dah explain, kalau record for permanent preservation apa, kalau yang bukan list of dalam permanent preservation, then we can ada specific time lah berapa lama kita boleh simpan. Okay, and then the schedule must be endorsed by the appraisal committee and approved, signed by top management and then implemented. Of course lah, bukannya daripada officer yang bawah tadi tu je yang decide. No, we need to endorse and get a permission daripada top management, and then kita boleh implement. So that's all for 4.1.